So good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming today. Welcome to this very important session. Today we're going to talk about what I like to call the blueprint to, the secret code. And when done effectively and efficiently with practice, right, will allow you or allow us to bring what we call Wall Street to Black Street. Okay. So a little bit about me. I've been trading for about a year and a half, 7 or 8 months with Colors, the Colors software. And I can tell you that it has truly changed my life in amazing ways. My ability to trade, the confidence that comes from learning this skill set. It gives me, it just gives me the confidence to know that I can not only survive, but thrive in these so-called challenging times, right? Where, the state of the world is in right now. So, the ability to be able to trade and make a living without having a boss is an amazing goal that I'm looking at reaching. I know that the person that I'm going to bring on has been doing that for a number of years. A little bit about Rodney. He is.
This will take about 20 minutes, but it just started.
Sorry?
Probably you need to mute.
Get on Zoom.
Go ahead. I'll take care of it.
Okay. So a little bit about Rodney. Rodney is no stranger to trading. He's been doing it for a number of years, even before Colors. He's been very successful at it. The thing about Rodney is he's a great leader. He's just a great leader. He cares about our success. He's very technical and task oriented. And, why that's important is because, we trade with him, and we're on sessions with him and the extended team. And he's very focused on making sure that we understand exactly how the trades setups are, the strategies, and he'll talk more about that. But, just a goal-oriented person. He wants to make sure that we're making our goals, we're reaching our goals as he's reaching his. Just a great person. He's a friend, he's a mentor, he's a leader. And I'm very honored to be here under his leadership. With the extended family as well, we have a great opportunity, which he'll talk about, to learn more about this skill set. And, it's my honor and pleasure to bring on Mr. Rodney Johnson.
Well, hey, thank you so much, Mr. Banks, for that great introduction. And listen, everybody, let's give some fire emojis in the chat to Mr. Banks for doing such a great job. And I just have to tell you, for what we're going to be talking about today, it was Mr. Banks, Eric, that just kept talking to me. Hey, man, you got to check out this Colors thing. It's really happening. And I was like, yeah, I've heard about it. I'm definitely going to check it out. Then he come back to me a week later and be like, man, this thing is really amazing, man. I love the colors, man. It just speaks to me. It talks to me. And I was like, yeah, it's a lot of success people having there. Then later he was like, man, I'm telling you, you're missing out, man. I'm cashing in. So it really, really was not only for me, but for many of the other people on our team that Mr. Banks was responsible for getting us to really take a look at Colors. So thank you so much. Well, hey, listen, guys, you got an invitation to be a part of this call today, and we're so thankful, first of all, that you're spending maybe 20 to 30 minutes with us. We promise to keep it brief, but it's entitled From Wall Street to Black Street, or From Wall Street to Main Street, or From Wall Street to Your Front Door. And we just really want to talk about the success that Wall Street has always had over the course of time. And many of us from our community may not have ever been introduced to Wall Street. We may not have rubbed shoulders with somebody who was saying, hey, come take a look at this, right? Or, we, just didn't take the time. Whatever it might be, so many of our community are just not able to take advantage of all the massive things that Wall Street has been able to do to us. So, hey, welcome to what we're going to show you today, because we're literally showing you how to get from Wall Street to Black Street, from Wall Street to your street, or Wall Street to your front door. Okay? So with that, we're going to talk about the market. When most people talk about Wall Street, they tend to think about the stock market or the equities market, huge market, behemoth market. People are making fortunes every day and have been doing that for quite some time. And as great as that is, did you know that the stock market was really number two in terms of markets in the world? The largest market in the world is what we call the foreign exchange market. It's a market that is open 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. Why 5 days a week, you ask, Rodney? Well, 5 days because it's only open when the banks are open, because this is a market that is controlled by the banks. And with that being said, the stock market is a 85 billion with a B dollar a day market in terms of its volume. The foreign exchange market, ladies and gentlemen, is a 12. I'm sorry, with 12 zeros, it's a $7 trillion a day market. 7 with 12 zeros. Now put that in perspective to 85 billion. And we talked about how great Wall Street has been with the stock market, but you probably didn't know anything about Wall Street with the foreign exchange market that's close to 90 times bigger than the stock market. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the foreign exchange market. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. And that was just the backdrop. And now we're going to get into the real secret weapon. And here it is with Mr. Obama, President Obama, 007. The real secret weapon, ladies and gentlemen, is colors. That's right, colors. It's a software that was created by the genius, Dr. Raphael Spiller, who we affectionately call Doc Spills. And it's a software that allows you to trade by using shapes and colors. And I'll say that again, shapes and colors, right? It's what I affectionately term it as the kindergarten approach to being able to trade. Now, with that being said, just drop a 1 in the chat if you know, or no, just tell me in the chat if you know what it is that all these games have in common. These are common games we all grew up with. I grew up with Twister, playing a lot. I grew up with Rubik's Cube. When my kids were born, Candy Crush came out, Bejeweled, stuff like that. But what do all these games have in common? That's right, colors, matching up the colors, right? Now, we've all done that, from our childhood to now. But the question is, what if there was a phone application, and we all live by our phones today? You just saw mine go off a minute ago, right? We all live by our phones. What if there was a phone app that allowed you to get paid by matching up colors? Drop a 7 in the chat if that's something that you'd like. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. So let me ask you, can you play this game? You're familiar with football, number one sport in America, right? It's from end zone to end zone. We all know how football is played. If you get from the purple end zone over to the yellow end zone and you score, that's 6 points. If you get from the yellow end zone to the purple end zone, that's 6 points. Well, in trading with colors, we trade the same way. Instead of end zone, we call them structure boxes, and you have a red structure box at the top, and you have a green structure box at the bottom. And if you can go from box to box, you can make those 6 points just like you do in football. And you can make those 6 points over and over and over. But let me show you how that goes, because you're like, well, Rodney, how does that work? Well, not only if you can line up the colors, but then we also have these other symbols, right? that you see here, the chevron, the arrow, and the triangle, and some others, even some bonus shapes. You can use those shapes in addition to the colors that are even going to help you to be even more successful in playing this game. So here's an actual trade that took place using colors. And you can see here that we're trading the Canadian dollar versus the Swiss franc. And yeah, we're trading currency. So you can see here CAD, the Canadian dollar, and CHF is the Swiss franc. And you can see here that all the colors were red, going from that red box all the way down to the green box. Red, 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 red. Shapes, red, colors, red lines, all that was red. So if you could have been in that particular trade, and this is an actual chart, then guess what? You would have made 60 points, right? Now you're saying, well, Rodney, what does 60 points mean? Well, if you could literally get paid by doing this is how it could work. If you had 10 cents, let's say, you got a dime. I'm looking at a number of dimes right here on my desk that I just pulled out of my pocket, right? If you could have taken a dime on that particular trade and invested it on that trade, that dime would have turned into $6. That's right, $6. So now imagine you've walked by a dime on the street or in the store. If you could pick up that dime and instead of taking it and spending it at the counter in the gas station, you took it to the foreign exchange desk, and for that 10 cents they gave you back $6, right? $6. Type some sevens in the chat if you'd like that. Well, guess what? What about if you took $1 to that foreign exchange desk and they gave you $60? That's right. And now, what if you had $10? You said, well, hey, listen, I'm going to skip lunch today. I need to, lose a few pounds anyway. So I'm going to skip lunch and I'm going to put it in that market. And you got back $600. Who wouldn't want to take $10 and get back $600? Absolutely right. Now, just answer yes or yes. What if you just decided that you wanted to take $100 and you put it in that market and it paid you back $6,000? All right, you don't even have to respond. I already know you want in, right? So this is how the game is played in the foreign exchange market. You get a chance to choose what you want to invest, but colors makes it so simple for you just by lining up the colors and by lining up the shapes. Now, there's a trade set up for everybody. Different people have different personalities. Some people like to trade where they want to be in the market for a longer period of time. They just want to, look at the chart and set it and then walk away and come back and look at it every so often. And they might be in that trade for a number of hours. Might even be in that trade for a couple of days. Well, that's what we call a swing strategy, right? And that's where you're going over a longer period of time and you probably can accumulate more points. But then there's a scalping strategy that you see down here where you're in and you're out of that market in, in minutes, right? Anywhere from, 5 minutes to 30 minutes. And you're using different charts, and you don't have to worry about what all that means, the 1 minute chart to the 30-minute chart that we have shown here, the M1 to the M30 or the H1 to the D1. We're going to show you and train you on all of that. But the idea is whatever your trading style is, whatever your personality is, there's a strategy that Colors has which you could use. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me fully introduce you to Dr. Raphael Spiller, the genius behind, this software. And he's world renowned. People are using this software all over the world, from Europe to Asia to North America and even beyond. And I love the picture in the middle because it's really indicative of what Dr. Spiller has been doing with us. He's been mentoring us and been teaching us how to be successful in this market using this simple strategy. And if you can follow a system, if you can follow colors, then you can be successful in what we're doing. Now, not only do we have the system set up where we're going to teach you, we're going to educate you, and you're going to learn how to use it, but we also trade with you, right? And that's what's so, guys, we're going to be there with you. And these are some of the primary sessions, not all the sessions that we do, but we are live in the market with you at least 3 times on a daily basis. The first one is what we call our opening bell pip party. And that's where we get together every Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. Eastern. And we're taking advantage of what's happening in the market during that morning session when the London market is overlapping with the U.S. market opening up and what's happening with the New York Stock Exchange opening up. That's our morning bell pip party, and it's phenomenal. Then we also have, for those of you all who want to take advantage of the London session, and the London session is, right around 1 a.m. To 2 a.m. in the morning Central Time, and that's, if you're not aware, London is ground zero for the foreign exchange market. It's when the volume and the activity is really, at its peak, right? And our own leader, Miss Tierra Hudson. We love her, we love her, we love her because she gets on the charts with us every Tuesday through Thursday at 1 a.m. And boy, we knock it out. She's teaching us, she's guiding us in these trades. And over the course of maybe 3 weeks to a month, close to a month now, we've only lost 1 trade in all those sessions that we've been on. Just absolutely blowing it out the park. Just love it. Then we also have on Tuesdays at 12 Central Time, as well as Wednesday and Thursday at 10 a.m. Central Time, what we call our More Clears TBX sessions. And TBX is called time-based trading, and it's for people who even want to be in the market for less time than scalping, where you can be in within seconds to minutes, right? So there are some trades within the TBX, what we have also called high frequency or HFX trading, where you can be in for as little as 30 seconds and you're getting that $6. You're getting that $60. You're getting that $600. You're getting that $6,000 in seconds to minutes, right? So again, all of these sessions are traded live by some of the experts that have been trained directly by Dr. Spillers. And we absolutely just love the fact of what we're doing here within the Dr. Spillers Network because we're really having so much success. So you say, Rodney, what does it take to get started? I'm loving what I'm hearing. Well, the Colors Academy has partnered with IM International Markets, IM Academy, and the IM Academy is one of the premier, well, not one of, it is the premier trading academy for the foreign exchange market and has been since its inception. And what's so great about it is we've had so much success over time that the vision of our CEO, Christopher Terry, has says, well, you're making money in the foreign exchange market, Rodney. What about diversifying your income? Well, what do you mean, Christopher Terry? Well, do you shop online? All the time. Well, how about you have your own online store, an e-commerce store? Because when you're going online shopping, you think you're on that company's website, and you are on that company's website, but you're really purchasing from John Smith. You're really purchasing from Shaniqua Wilson. You're really purchasing from some individual who has their own e-commerce site set up. And so literally we've started our own e-commerce academy, the ECX, which guides you through everything you need to do with experts showing you what to do to take advantage of that market. And now that we're in the holiday season, many of us who have ECX websites set up are really looking forward to cashing in. We travel. So what about having a travel academy that we've started that shows you how to make money off of the traveling that you do, right? So the academy has expanded over the years that we've been involved in. You know, we started out as a foreign exchange academy that you see here, the FRX Academy, but we've also expanded to time-based trading, and we've also expanded to digital currency, which, you know, Bitcoin and Ethereum, Litecoin, all of that market has just been a boom over the last decade. And we love the instructors because everybody's been looking for, you know, Bitcoin to rise and to rise, but, you know, we've been able to make money off of it falling. And boy, has it been falling lately. And, you know, our experts have just, boy, have they nailed it with saying, you know, what it was going to do, right? We've talked about our travel and lifestyle academy and our e-commerce, but recently we started up a stock and futures academy. And, you know, people want to learn how to trade stocks. People want to learn how to trade futures. And Christopher Terry, in his wisdom, went and got one of the top people on Wall Street, Carolyn Baroden, and she now leads up our stock and futures academy. She's very well known. She's, you know, an author. She's on Mad Money on a regular basis. When you get on her sessions, you are literally with somebody that Wall Street looks up to, and she's showing you the strategies and she's calling out different trades for you to take to be able to be successful. And then we have our Mindset Academy that for years was being led by the late and legendary Bob Proctor from The Secret. But in his passing, we've had, you know, some phenomenal leaders who have stepped up and have taken over this academy. And it's all about the mindset, right? Because we know in life, if your mindset's not right, your activities won't be right. If your mindset's not right, then you won't be able to achieve what's right there in front of you to achieve. And so we're so thankful and grateful about, you know, having this academy as well as all the academies, right? And so in addition to those academies that they all run 175 a month, whichever one you choose, then there's the Colors Academy. That's an additional $50 that you add on. So if we're talking about having, you know, the FRX Academy in addition to the Colors Academy, then you're talking at spending about $225 a month. And trust me, ladies and gentlemen, compared to the other places that you can go to get expert training that is not even nearly as thorough and detailed as what we give you, it's like the Walmart price of being able to learn this Wall Street skill set. So you say, well, Rodney, I like some of those other academies. I'm interested in travel. I'm interested in digital currency. I'm interested in stock and futures in addition to the foreign exchange, but I don't know if I could handle paying $175 for each one of those. In addition to the colors, well, guess what? We got you covered because we've recently come out with what's called I Am Empowered, and it literally allows you to take any two of those academies, and instead of paying $175 a piece, you know, bringing you to what's that, $350 a month, you can do it for $250 a month and save $100. And, you know, phenomenal. And you could even switch up if at a certain point you're like, well, hey, I like what I was doing with stock and futures, but I really want to learn more about, you know, the digital currency and what's happening with that. You can switch and, you know, match up as ever you want. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got you covered no matter which way you want to go. But it gets better. It gets better because right now, just for our team, on our team with Dr. Spillers, we're offering, well, not we, but Dr. Spiller is giving back $100 off your first month's tuition into the academy. As long as you have FRX or one of the packages in addition to colors, at the end of your first 30 days, he, along with his lovely wife, Teresa, Queen T as we call her, is going to give you $100 back. awesome. Just awesome, right? So there's really no reason why you wouldn't want to take advantage of this, because you could take advantage of Wall Street coming to your street and learning this skill set that you have for the rest of your life to be able to tap into something that you didn't know about, but the wealthy people have been using before your great grandfather and my great grandfather were born, and it's going to be continuing after your great grandchildren and my great grandchildren are even gone. Why wouldn't you want to learn what this is like? And with that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, I want to now introduce you to the man himself. We call him the GOAT, Dr. Raphael Spillers. Affectionately, we call him Doc Spills. And listen to what he has to say about what this has done for him and what this can do for you.
Poverty is about knowledge, and the haves have knowledge that the have-nots don't. That is the only difference between the rich and the poor. The rich know something that the poor don't know, and I found out what the rich know, and I'm doing what the rich do because I found out what the rich do, and I'm only just reduplicating what the rich do.
You want me to play that again? Okay, here we go.
Poverty is about knowledge, and the haves have knowledge that the have-nots don't. That is the only difference between the rich and the poor. The rich know something that the poor don't know, and I found out what the rich know, and I'm doing what the rich do because I found out what the rich do, and I'm only just reduplicating what the rich do.
Ladies and gentlemen, I can't say anything more than what Dr. Spiller so eloquently just said right there. It's just perfect. I just want to really close with giving some perspective on the have and have-nots. And this is what's called the cash flow quadrant by Dr. Robert Kiyosaki. You may have heard of him. He's a well-known author. And this particular concept is being taught in business schools all across the country, including Harvard. And it's really talking about, different quadrants, the left side and the right side, which represents the employees and the self-employed. Those are the have-nots because, 60% of the people in the world are employees, as you see here on that big blue graph on the right side, the half moon. And, 35% of the workforce out there is self-employed people. And you see that with the red graph there. And these two have something in common. They trade their time for their money and time for money. And the thing about it is they're never able to get ahead in life, no matter how much time they put in, how much overtime they put in, whatever kind of bonuses they get paid out. Emergencies come up and whatever they had saved up, gone. Family member comes up with, the lights going out. So they have to, help family members, all that money they had saved up, gone. So they're never able to get ahead because it's a different mindset when you're an employee because you don't have leverage, right? It's a different mindset when you're self-employed because you don't have leverage. As a self-employed person, a dentist, you're not getting paid if teeth aren't being pulled. If you're a barber, if you're a beautician, you're not getting paid if hair's not hitting the ground or, people are getting their hair washed in the back, ready for you to, work on it up in the front. If you're not there to put in the time, then you're not getting paid, and neither is any of the other of your staff, right? But on the right side of that cash flow quadrant, there is leverage. They're the business owners. These are the haves that Dr. Spiller just talked about. These are the investors. These are the haves that Dr. Spiller talked about because these are the people who have a system. They have a system in place that allows their money to be able to work for them, that has leveraged their resources to make money work for them. And ladies and gentlemen, this is what Colors is bringing to you. This is what literally the kindergarten strategy of being able to match shapes with matching colors can literally put you on the other side of money, can put you on the right side of money, as we call it. So, ladies and gentlemen, hey, listen, I want to thank each and every one of you all for being here today with us, taking about 20, 30 minutes of your time. And, I'll just close by saying, if you've ever dreamed of wanting to have more in life, if you've ever dreamed of being able to get to the next level, if you've ever dreamed about wanting to provide a better lifestyle for your family, for your children, for your grandchildren, or even leaving a legacy, what would that be like if you were able to get on the other side? And what would that be like if you could use something as simple as matching up colors and matching up shapes? Well, hey, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for being here with us today. Again, my name is Rodney Johnson. I'm a platinum leader here in the DSN. And I just want to say, I know there's three types of people that are on the call today. And, the first type of the people who are like, Rodney, I'm loving everything you said. Show me how I can get started, and just follow up with the person. We're going to show you step by step what it takes to be successful. Then the second people on the call are like, hey, I got some more questions, but I'm loving what I'm seeing. I want to bet on something. If I'm going to bet on something, I want to bet on me, and I just want to get some questions. I think I can do this. Get back to us. We're going to show you, answer your questions, and literally show you, because we've got so many examples of success of people in this business from all walks of life. And the third person on this call might be saying, well, I don't know if I can do it, Rodney, and, this may not be the right timing for me. And I just want to say thank you for, first of all, being here today and learning about something that you probably didn't know about. But I would challenge you to not be poor. And by poor, I'm not talking about what's in your pocket. I'm talking about the mindset of passing over opportunities repeatedly. And, it's interesting how Dr. Spiller even talked about that himself. He says when he was first brought this information, he didn't know anything about trading, didn't come from any kind of background, of money, from some of the poor areas in Louisiana where he came from with his family. And he said he was just so thankful that he didn't take that attitude, oh, this is not for me, that he was open, he was receptive. And that's what I challenge you to do, because, again, if you can match up shapes, if you can match up colors, you can be successful with what we're doing here. So, hey, guys, regardless of what category you're in, make sure you get back to the person who invited you today. I'm so excited, really, about what we're doing and how we're helping to bring Wall Street to Black Street, to bring Wall Street to your front door. And ladies and gentlemen, with that, I just want to close saying love, peace, and prosperity to each and every one of you. Thank you. Talk to you soon.